It has been a little while since an Ultrakill update, but fraud is finally on the horizon. And I've had a lot of people ask me, will I be playing, streaming, and making videos on this update? And the answer is yes. I mean, really? You thought I wasn't even going to play it? But there is a few asterisks. Now, I wanted to do a bigger update explaining what to expect in terms of my current relationship with Ultrakill and where it fits in on my channels. But I talked about it on stream recently, and I just wanted to get something out before this update drops. The short version is that I will be playing and streaming the update like I have in the past, which means VODs on the VOD channel shortly after as well. And I will very likely do some sort of condensed supercut edit for this channel, as in Dumpster Man 2. So not my main channel. The real high level main reason for that is simply that I just don't want to do stream highlight type stuff on the main channel anymore. And I really want to move that channel away from having any kind of focus or reliance on Ultrakill. But you will be able to find that content here on Dumpster Man 2 instead. I don't have a lot more to say other than that as these things go, my relationship with this game has changed a lot over the years. I haven't really played it much at all since shortly after the revamp update dropped. I am looking forward to getting back into it and playing the new content, but I just want to set some expectations accordingly. I can't promise regular Ultrakill content here, and at this point I'd be surprised if you were expecting that from me, but I will at least be playing and doing some content on the fraud update. That's a short version if that's all you're interested in, but I'm going to leave the discussion about this that I had on my stream here as well if you're interested. Otherwise, I will see you soon. You probably get asked this a lot, but will you stream when fraud releases for Ultrakill? Yeah, I'll stream it. I think people should set their expectations low as to what all I'm going to do with fraud. I will play it. I'll probably P-rank it and do challenges and stuff like that, but I'm not going to probably make like a bunch of videos on it or anything. I think the time of me like being that level of invested in Ultrakill has well passed. I just want to set expectations accordingly. I haven't played Ultrakill since last year. Same. And by last year, I mean like almost like a full year. I was playing it a decent bit like in like the month that followed the Ultra revamp, but otherwise no. I'm glad you've enjoyed rewatching the old videos. I'm gonna do something with fraud, but I don't think it's ever gonna be like it was. I feel like it would be like untrue to myself and my channel and what I want to do with my content to, you know, fake that I'm still like really into Ultrakill. I just am not. I will play it and I'm sure I will enjoy it. I mean, I still really like the game, but I just don't have like the drive to like make the kind of content that I used to. There's only so much you can do with a single game. Yeah, I mean, Ultrakill is like, well, I put 250 hours into it according to Steam, and that's like a lot for any game, let alone a game that is like at like a very zoomed out view, like a pretty small FPS game. That alone is impressive. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm not really into cyber grind. Like at most I've like done speed runs very casually. So once I've kind of ticked all the boxes of things that like I want to do, like P ranks and challenges and stuff, I kind of just put the game down because I don't know what else to do. And now, like, again, like, no offense to the development team, the updates just take a long time now. And so I do put the game down in between updates because like there's not like a year of fun in these updates for me, which is fine. But yeah, it has led to me being a little less like invested in the game overall. Played Helldivers 2 for 1,500 hours. I think Ultrakill is better designed than Helldivers 2, but Ultrakill just isn't a game that you play a lot. I mean, to be a little bit fair, like the entire like design philosophy of Helldivers 2 is that it's like a live service. Now, Ultrakill gets updates periodically, new content, stuff like that, but it's, you know, there's definitely a line between like early access and live service, and I don't think Ultrakill is for most players trying to be endlessly replayable. I think some people will get that kind of playtime out of it. I just don't think it's like trying to be that for most people. I think it's just trying to be, you know, a fun one-off experience that you might maybe replay to do P ranks and side content and stuff, and then put down, which is fine because that's already a lot more than many indie games offer. Sorry, you guys have gotten me off on like a rant tangent now. There's definitely a disconnect between like how I play games and how like a generation like 10 years younger than me or so plays games. And I think it has everything to do with the internet. Do you guys even know what Blockbuster is? Blockbuster is a place where you could rent movies, but then also at some point video games. This was like before Netflix, before Steam, whatever. I would rent games growing up from Blockbuster. You would get these games for like 2 weeks. you'd play them and then you'd return them. And plenty of games I would binge for like 2 weeks and then never touch again. And so that was how I would play games. For like those 2 weeks, I would squeeze the fun out of them and then I would return them. And like sometimes I would never play those games again. Sometimes I would go like, I liked the game enough that I would go buy it and play more of it. And I think just like having started off my like gaming journey that way has translated into like adulthood for me, where I'm like, I get into a game and I play it for a while, but then eventually I'm ready to move on. People like 10 years or so younger than me are like getting into games as something to do like a little more like constantly. You know, maybe you were raised on like live service games. Maybe you really like being a part of fandoms online. Like this all was stuff that was like not really a thing when I was younger. I mean, for me, it's not about that. Even just like being kind of pigeonholed as like Ultrakill guy, I feel like there's a disconnect between like what people who watch me and like what I think about the type of content that I'm making, because I've never viewed it that way. I have come to understand that it's just a difference in the way that that I have consumed games versus the way that people who watch my channel have like grown up consuming games. To be fair, your most popular video is Elden Ring. That is true. I will say that did not translate into me being perceived as an Elden Ring guy, because then I released another Elden Ring video and it flopped. But whereas Ultrakill has definitely had, like, I have more cumulative views on Ultrakill videos than I do on Elden Ring videos. Does anyone know when Fraud is coming out? It feels like we're closer now than we have been, but it would be nice to like have a sense. Okay, it's always soon TM. It was soon TM fucking 4 months ago. I know there's no release date, but...
The next day.